because every property at the end of the day, it can be sold. We believe that it can be sold. So why can it be sold? Because in the first place, how did this property get sold from the developer to the first owner? Alright, if the developer can sell it to the first owner, then naturally it can be sold to a second or a third owner. Alright, so we have a few interesting questions today, and we're going to answer it one by one. Of course, if I can do more questions per session, I will hope to. But if, let's say, certain questions we need a little bit more time, then hope that you can bear with me a little bit. So the first question goes like this.
Why do you do team huddles?
If you have seen our IG stories and our Facebook stories, we do Team Huddles is because Team Huddles was originated as a 15 minutes impact session whereby the team will get together. They will then update everybody by going round in a circular fashion. So everybody takes turns to just share what they are planning to accomplish today, some possible challenges that they will face, and then do they need any help? And basically it's a way that they update every teammate in team, and they will also be a form of accountability in a sense. So in PropertyLimBrothers, we practice team huddles on every Mondays and Thursday. Usually every Monday and Thursday at 12 p.m. we'll get together in the office right here. But our team huddles are a little bit different. We have modified it into a longer fashion because we add in a couple of stuff. So we add in success case sharings. We talk about some of the deals that recently we have successfully helped our clients to sell their place or successfully help a buyer to purchase or invest in a property. So we share all these kind of case studies together, and then at the same time, we also have a period whereby we bring up challenges and problems that we're currently facing for our properties right now, and then we talk about them, we brainstorm as a team, and then we bring about solutions together because we believe in the team effort kind of collaboration. We love to work as a team, we love to challenge one another, we love to discuss about stuff, and that's how we grow fast, right? And all our guys in the team itself, we grow, I would say, at a very fast pace, and because we always push one another. That's how we challenge each other to be better for our clients and be better to grow professionally and personally in this industry. So team huddles are then a great way for us to come together as a team. At the same time, it gives us a lot of accountability because when we show up, this is our way of telling ourselves and our clients that I'm serious about the business, and I show up every day to work. I show up every day to the office. I show up when there's training, there's huddles, and being present in itself is a form of self-discipline as a professional agent, and I think it's a very important component, which is why we hold it very strongly. I mean, people who are late, there's a penalty. They have to put in $10 into a pool fund. We have enough to go for very good meals for the team. And of course, I think lastly, we also talk about the latest market updates. So every week there's 2 rounds that everybody will have to take turn to share about the property market news, how is the situation in the property market, private market, lender market, HDB market, what is the latest interest rate reaction in the market, which are very important to keep ourselves current and to keep ourselves abreast of the latest property news. So that is how we train ourselves to be at our fingertips and to be at the tip of our toes so that we can then translate this value to our clients and whoever that we serve. Alright, so I hope that answers your questions on the team huddle. Let's move on to the next one.
How do you sell properties that are difficult to sell?
So of course, to answer this question, I think we really have to define what do you mean by properties that are difficult to sell? Because every property has different characteristics and every property has its own pros and cons. Every property will attract its own set of buyer audience, and every property itself has so many different kinds of internal, external factors that will then shape the way that it is sold and shape the speed that it is sold. But of course, to sell a property, there are many different components. The marketing definitely plays a huge part in rebranding and then repackaging this property for sale in the resale market in order to win against other competitive resale properties as well as other new launches kind of properties. So apart from the marketing, there's many different things that we need to consider as well. We also need to foresee what are the obstacles that the buyers will potentially face when they come and see this property, because if they come to see this property, they see certain obstacles that they cannot get past themselves, then we need to offer possibilities. I think our role as real estate agents is really to give possibilities to buyers, because nowadays in today's day and age, all sellers and buyers, they are savvy. I mean, you yourself as a property agent, you buy your own properties as well. You are also savvy. We look at facts and numbers, we look at logical reasoning. We buy sometimes based on our needs. We also look at whether can we visualize ourselves and our family and our kids staying in this property. So there is a lot of different components that comes into play. Sometimes it's a layout issue. Sometimes this particular facing we do not like. Sometimes there is this facing towards probably the substation or the expressway that we really need to make sense of all these different kinds of external or internal factors. So what are some of the possibilities that you can offer as a real estate profession, and how do you help the buyer to make sense of this property? Because every property at the end of the day, it can be sold. We believe that it can be sold. So why can it be sold? Because in the first place, how did this property get sold from the developer to the first owner? Alright, if the developer can sell it to the first owner, then naturally it can be sold to a second or a third owner. So it really depends on how the marketing is being done to bring out the plus point of this property. Secondly, are the problems being solved? Are the solutions being offered? So I think as a real estate professional, there are many more components than just what I've talked about. I think end of the day, is that we need to go in with a solution kind of mindset. That means we have to train our mind to be able to foresee the problems, and at the same time, we don't go in and then we dwell on the negative stuff. We don't go in and then we just keep looking at the problems and tell us, oh, it's so difficult to sell. This property is really hard to sell. It's going to take a lot of my time. Because in the first place, if you are a professional, you're supposed to be an expert to help your client solve the problem. And that's why your client pay you and engage you, because they want to buy your expertise, they want to buy your experience, they want to buy your time, they want to buy your resources, and you as a real estate professional need to come in with a kind of expert perspective, because you are the one that can potentially help them to solve their problems. And if you come in and you dwell on the problem and you don't offer solution, then technically speaking, you are not adding value on the table. So I think end of the day, we need to come in with a solution perspective. We need to really come in with a point of view that, hey, we're really here to solve problems. We're here to help you. We're here to value add. We're here to find the right buyer that will appreciate this property. There are buyers who probably really don't like this kind of property. I mean, that's fine, because we cannot force buyers to buy a particular property itself, but there will come a right buyer for every different kind of property, depending on how the property is being marketed. Is it marketed well? Is it marketed to the property's fullest potential? And are all the plus points being brought up? Are all the negative points being solved with possible solutions? And so I think there are no difficult properties to sell. It is a matter of all the different factors that we just spoke about. End of the day, I think properties all can be sold to the right buyer. It's just that we need the expertise, the time, and the right effort to find that right buyer that will appreciate the property. Alright, so I'll see you on the next episode of our PLB SalesX series, and hope you enjoyed today's session. See you soon. I'm going to read to you all the questions that we're going to answer. And so, Jolene, please read the question.
Why do you do team huddles?